Shout once what? Has the Lord been good? Yeah. Has the Lord been good to you? Yeah. Has the Lord been good? Yeah. Has the Lord been good? Yeah. Let me hear you say yeah. 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 Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Let me hear you say yeah. Put them hands together. Everybody put them hands together. Everybody out together like yeah. That sounds real good. Listen right here. When I found the Lord, I found Daddy. All I need. Anybody know it? All I need. Oh, yes. All I need. Let me tell you why. When I found him, trying to find myself, I realized I didn't need nobody else. Because he's there. Yeah. He's everything. Just God Almighty. Yeah. Let me say it again. When I found the Lord, I found a day. Everybody in there, let me hear you sing. I need. Everybody know it. I need. All I need. Let me tell you why. In the midst of the storm, I had to hold on. I said, Lord, will you come and make me come? Lord, he's everything to me. Can I say it again? Let me say it again. When I found the Lord. Everybody, you know what? I found him to be all I need. Anybody trying to love him? He's all I need. All I need. Let me tell you one more time. When I found him, I'm trying for myself. Then I couldn't see nobody else. Everybody see everything. One more time. Put them hands together. Has the Lord been good? Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Have you been good? Did he wake you up this morning? I want to be your mother. I want to be your father. Everybody out here, let me hear you say yeah. 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 Everybody over here, come on. Everybody over here say yeah. 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 Oh yeah, listen right here. He's everything to me. I know the Lord is everything to me. Somebody out there, you know what I'm talking about right now. You just say for yourself, everything to me. He's my rock and weary land. Yes, he is. Shelter in a time of storm. Everything to me. When I need food on my table, the Lord, He's my provider. Everything to me. Friends might leave me.
Okay, everybody, that was George Dickens with All I Need. And before I bring our special guest to the stage, I am going to bring a young man who has been MIA for a while, but I am glad to have my brother back. Ladies and gentlemen, Give it up for Mr. Good Job Lambo. Give it to him. Give it to him.
All right,
Man, it is good to see you back. I told y'all he was coming back. Y'all
it's
didn't
good to
believe
be
me.
back, man.
he live in the flesh, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's good to have you back.
Man, let's do
'Cause-
this thing, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this surprise interview is with a good friend, bass player, MD. He do it all. He arrange. If you ever need him, you can
He
call
could
him.
be a Loki when you need him to be.
Hey, whatever you need, this is a one-stop shop, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chris Stephenson. Y'all give him a great big hand.
What up? What up?
What up, boy?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Light my candle.
Bro, Chris,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what you got good for me tonight, brother?
Now, but the Lord.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we was able to make this happen.
Oh
I'm
yeah. Oh yeah.
glad we could pull this off.
Yeah.
Well, y'all the bass playing maestro, so I'm really just sit back and let y'all rock out. I have a question here and there.
Maestro.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So Chris, tell us how was your life growing up as a child? What was some things you was into?
Man, I grew up. Man, 4 years old, playing drums. My my blood brother, my only blood brother, was shot and killed in '99. He the one that got me into playing music. My dad went and bought all the pretty much every instrument that's played in today's black church. Because he wanted us to be able to go, and if something was missing in that church, in that particular service, he wanted us to be able to and go out in the car and get that instrument and bring it back in the church and play it. So I grew up playing drums, started off playing it at 4 years old. Uh, Around like 11, 10 or 11. Is when my brother got killed, and I started playing keys at the church. Um, and around like the age of 15, I started playing bass, and I fell in love with bass, and I've been going hard at it ever since.
So what's your favorite instrument to play?
Bass.
Bass man, bass man.
Oh yeah.
Who was some of your musical influences growing up?
Um, Jamario Artist was one of the guys that I used to like sit bass to bass with coming up. We all grew up in playing music at this church called Glory Baptist in Wilson, which was Tank's dad, Ricky Daughtridge Sr. He was the pastor at that church. And so you had Jamario was on he ended up going on the road playing bass with Damian Little, and had me, Jamal Lewis, guy named Demetrius McCrae on organ. Jamal was on main keys. Demetrius McCrae was on organ. He had
Dang.
Greg Cox was playing ox on keys, which is one of like a dope producer now that's doing a lot of things, man. A lot of people don't know like Greg Cox, Samote, all of them guys are right from Carolina. They from Wilson, North
Hey,
Carolina.
ain't
Yo,
ain't Greg ain't Greg Bo Peep's son?
yep, that's Bo Peep's son.
I thought so.
Yep. So we
And
all grew.
man, I hate to cut you off, but
Uh,
Demetrius McCrae, I ain't heard from him
he in
since
Florida.
then,
He
bruh.
he he's in
Oh
Florida
my
chilling.
God, I forgot about bruh. Talk about one of the coldest niggas in
That
Carolina.
dude was cold, man. So we had you had Tank's dad that gave Tank, the green light to get all these young musicians. And every Tuesday night, Tank would go pick Jamal up from Goldsboro. He would pick me up from Greenville or from Farmville. And we would rehearse every Tuesday night, every Thursday night. And Tank Dad had this gospel traveling choir called the Glory Baptist Vision Choir. We used to go around playing with back in the day. And that's where I really got my a lot of my training for playing bass. So to go back to your question, Jamario started into that whole ordeal. So Jamario Artist, Bruno Mars bass player now, is one of my influences. Marcus Miller is definitely was an influence for me. Victor Wooten was influence. Jocko was influence. Nathan East was an influence. Jimmy Haslett. I mean, all of them guys, man. Jamario had me. He had me really in tune with that stuff, man. I could never play like Jamario to this day, man. But he definitely was one that sat me down and said, "Hey, man, listen at this. Check this out. Tell me what you think about this." Um, and now that I'm grown and all of that, sitting back listening and looking at everybody else, Trey Sean is on that list now. I sat back and I watched him go from being a drummer to being a bass player. So it's definitely been that's
Hey,
definitely my
can we go
influence.
down memory lane one time?
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't know that you had a lot to do with my bass playing when I first started. A lot of people would never ever
It's
know that.
crazy.
When you first started coming around, I was really just starting to like touch the bass for real, like falling in
You
love
had
with it.
that side, that Peavy.
Chris was the one nigga that he was the only nigga that no, I take it back. Him and Willie Johnson. They was the only
Mm,
niggas that would ever get on me about my tone. I remember
mm.
when I first started, I didn't understand a lot of that stuff. But this nigga right here changed my mindset a whole lot when it came to just tone. Period. I thank you for that, my brother.
No
I
problem, man.
truly appreciate you for
And
that, bro.
your granddaddy was definitely a big part of that union, man. I rest in peace to him, man. Like I thought a lot of Trey Sean's great granddaddy, man, and I made a promise that I will always keep my eye on him. No matter what. When he first went on the road to play, like he pulled me to the side and said,
He sure did.
make sure you keep an eye on my boy and make sure he's straight. He in good hands, right?" I said, "Yes, sir. He's straight." Roy and them got him. He in good hands. Greg and them all of them out there, so he good. Yeah,
Good old days.
yeah.
So who was the first professional group you had a chance to play for?
Doc McKenzie for me. Um, Actually, the video you played before we started, um, like 3, 4 weeks after that recording, uh, I got the call to go fill in to finish a session, the pouring water record in Baltimore, Maryland with Doc. Because Ray had some other stuff going on that he had to finish up work wise. And Doc McKenzie was my first on the road, actually being on the road professionally, traveling every weekend. That was my first group artist.
Okay, so how was that experience playing for the highlights?
It was different. Um, I would say that I was somewhat already kind of I was already somewhat kind of trained a little bit because of Tank's dad. Uh, had trained us all young at a young age on how to be professional, how to play like a professional musician. Not only Tank's dad, but he also introduced us to like the late Grant Scriven Sr. Um, and he would share a lot of things with me, a lot of stories and all of that stuff. But playing with Doc, by the time I went to play with Doc, it was like I was kind of already grown. So it really was like, however he wanted me to play, whatever he expected out of me. Darryl Henley, Jason Britt, rest in peace, was my brother. And he was the one that really got me on, him and Robert Holland. Um, and when they brought me into the group to start playing, um, I was able to really take my craft a lot more serious than what I had been taking it. Thinking professionally, playing precise with a precise tone, making sure what I played was effective, um, making sure that my runs and my notes was clean. Like Doc was a stickler for being able to understand what you're playing, and not only me as a player understand it, but whoever's listening, they need to be able to understand what's being played and what's being heard. But it definitely grown me, and it's definitely a big part of my career to this day. Like I don't take it lightly, man. Doc McKenzie in the highlights was a big part of my um coming up as a bass player. Darryl Henley, he was the one that got us all together. Me, Tank, Jason, Pooh at the time, and yeah, the highlights was my groundbreaking thing I came out with, group I came out with.
Help
What,
me,
what
Oh,
you
go
said?
ahead,
What?
Rich. I was
No, you
about to
go.
say, but before you go to the, I need you to help me bridge this gap here, cause
Hmm.
I didn't know Ray. I was young, so I didn't know Ray has been with Doc that long.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know that's who was playing. Cause shoot, I mean, we grew up watching Tracy Pierce play for Doc, like, so I
right.
never really knew the history of bass players that came from that direction.
So Ray Span, I think before Ray, you had a couple other guys like Ron Clark, which is a
Oh yeah, yeah,
beast.
yeah. That big
Um,
influence on my playing too.
yeah, man. But Ray Span was the one that Doc was like, "Well, I need you to shadow him for a couple of weeks." So I went on the road. First of all, when I went to the studio, I played the songs that they had me to play, "Pouring Water." Um, it was some other songs. I can't name them songs, but Doc was like, "Have you ever been on the road before?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Okay." He said, "Have you ever heard any of my music before?" I said, "No, sir." And he was like, "Okay, well, we're gonna have Daryl to get you out some CDs with all my music up there." And I think at that time it was like 36 or 38 songs that I had to learn intros, breaks, and outros to by that next Thursday. I think that Friday we was in Baltimore. Next Thursday I had to learn all them songs by
Sound
then.
about right.
38
Sound about
keys,
right.
intros, breaks,
Intros,
and
outros.
outros. But once I got my foot in the door, um, Ray Span was, I remember going to Jacksonville, Florida, seeing him set up a whole sound system, making sure everything was straight like Doc needed, executing on stage, doing his part on stage. Um, and I think that a lot of people don't give Ray his flowers, man. Like Ray is really a monster on bass.
Bro, I
Yeah,
Um,
had to
he
a
is.
couple of weeks ago. A
yeah,
couple weeks, I had to get
yeah.
that nigga his flowers, bro.
Yeah, he really
Yeah.
is a beast. He really is, man. But I sat up underneath him, man. This is when I later on learned about the Tracy Pierce and the Ron Clark. And when I heard like old recordings with them guys playing, I'm like, yo, them jokers is killing. Like, what in the world? So, for I think for like the last couple of years, man, by me driving trucks, I was going to Florida like Monday, I leave North Carolina Monday, go to Florida, get there Tuesday, and I would chill out with Uncle Tracy, man, on Tuesday nights and go to like his little open mic joint that he was doing down there in Daytona. So that opportunity with Doc opened up doors for me to be able to share and have other opportunities as well with phenomenal players like Tracy Pierce and Ron Clark.
Okay. Um, what's your go-to bass to play? I
Currently,
know
Woo!
you got one. You got to have
currently,
one.
I'm sitting here looking at them now, man. I honestly would have to say, it's hard to put that Lakeland 5502 down right now.
I
Like
wholeheartedly
it's
agree with you, brother.
Yeah, it's hard to put it down, man. Like it's given everything that that I would it's very versatile. I put it like that. It
Grown
don't beat a
man base
Fender.
for
It's a
sure.
grown man base, but it don't to me don't nothing top a good Fender, a good solid American Fender. But that Lakeland is definitely in the top five for
It's
me.
got so much in it. Like
Yeah.
it's so many ways you can go with it.
Yeah, man. I swear. Yeah. And I don't play some top line, top dollar bass. I don't play basses that's like $18,000,
with
but
one knob on
with
it.
one knob on it, man. But it's crazy what you'll run into when you go to the nail.
Yeah, I promise you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're endorsed by a company, right?
I'm endorsed by Lakeland.
Okay.
Yep. I've been blessed, honestly, to endorse a few companies. When I was with Doc, I was endorsed for my first company that I was endorsed with was Spectre Bases.
Mm.
Um, and then after Spectre, uh, I chilled out for a little while playing. Jamario he was by him playing with Bruno Mars. He was sponsored with Fender, Warwick, and all these other companies. So he would have like a few bases around. I would kind of pick up and play and mess around with, and I just started going to get Squires and all of that. I got a Fender because he had a Fender. And I just started doing my own little thing, like tweaking them and all of that stuff. And then later on down the road, I moved to Florida. I had an opportunity with a small mom and pop company called Allen Eden, out of Monte Carlo, California. And I did a run with them for about 2 years. They did a signature basis with my name on it and I named it the Goldilocks. And
I remember that. I remember that.
yeah, yeah, I ran with that man for about 2 years. Sold out every batch. I think we did like 3 batches and we sold out every time. And they wasn't the best made bases and they wasn't the best sound quality. Um but for the money, I wanted to be able, especially for players in our genre, I wanted to be able to have a bass and play a bass and push a bass that a lot of uh that was unfortunate like I was coming up. I couldn't afford a Ken Smith back in the day. I couldn't afford the high dollar Warwick basses back in the day. So I took what I had and I just made it work, you know. And so Allen Eden basses was like between 400, between 500 and maybe $800 a base, depending on which one you got.
Doug said the red base is your best.
Yeah, the Lakeland. Everybody say everybody say that the red base, man. The Lakeland, yep.
Let's see. Zach Wood said, Chris, I told you that red boy where it's at.
Hey, he told me that base got the Holy Ghost. Yeah, yeah. I will say, coming up though, Trayshawn, I've seen him play Squire, Ibanez, any base that Joker come. I don't understand it from a P base. I mean, it didn't. He just was able to get. You can take a $75 pound shot base. I've seen him do it, like, and just made that bass sound like it was like thousands of dollars, man. And I'll be like, bro,
Shit.
what in the world you? And he be paying out a PV cabinet and all that. It still didn't matter. Like, bro, a killing.
Hey, one thing I always heard Ronald Clark say: "There's some tone in there somewhere. You just got to bring it out."
Yeah, that's facts.
The tone in
That's
your hand is
facts.
where it's at.
Yeah,
that's really that was the point.
yeah, yeah.
Tank said the Rogue was your best base.
Tank can shut up. That's what he
Oh,
can do.
not the road. Ugh,
Tank can shut up.
that's nasty. That is
That was my
nasty.
first base. That was the first base that I invested into with my own money, and I just didn't know no better because I didn't know nothing about bases. I didn't know nothing about tone quality, and the role was basically the musician friends base that
Yes,
everybody on
sir.
would go and get. So yeah, I started off. That was my first five string that I had, and then I went later on and got a six string Ibanez. But honestly, I did it backwards the whole time. I should have started off with a four string. Um, so for a period of time, seeing Trayshawn play a four string, seeing Jamario play a four string, seeing my homie Kareem Smith, which is another beast, play a four string,
Oh, he gonna play too.
man. Yeah, man. I went back. I went back and got uh, a four string, man. And I started playing it for a while, man. They actually came to be pretty fun to play.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Two best bases. So who are you currently playing for?
Right now, I'm doing a lot of studio stuff. I got smart, so I don't do that much gigging and that much traveling. But I do outside of playing studio stuff, I have Quartet for Kids that I'm a part of, and part ownership of with a great team. Doing that, Pastor David Moore in Focus, Michael Boone. I think me and Trey Sean are like back to back with the Montero experience. Um, and Michael Boone, and my own band, the Groove Crew band, is uh who I've been playing like pretty solid for the last couple of years.
Um, Mondre. Did you play
Mm,
Mondre a lot?
Mm.
I did, I
Uh,
did.
what was that moment like when you found out about his passing?
It was the worst thing in my life. Felt like I lost my best friend. Um, I was actually the day that I found out. Um, was the day I was in North Carolina taking a drug test for a new job, and that was the day I was going to tell him later on after I had finished doing everything I was doing that I was moving back. I had moved back to North Carolina, and he had been talking about he wanted to just regroup and rebrand his group, and I was gonna let him know that, man, yo, I'm back now. So let's do whatever you've been talking about. A lot of people don't know. I was living in Florida, man. I enjoy living down there, taking me and my family down there. But Mondre was that one that kept the quartet alive inside of me. He had me playing tracks. He gave me the first opportunity to produce a quartet. I did a lot of rough draft tracks for him. I did a lot of Southern Soul tracks, and I was doing a lot of stuff for him, a lot of work for him. And when I got back to North Carolina and I walked out the doctor office, or I got the phone call while I was there, man, it tore it tore me up. And to this day, I still have my moments because I'm like, yo, I just can't believe he's gone. I'm like that pretty much with a lot of close. I've lost a lot of close friends within the last few years, honestly.
You ain't lying.
And that joint, like, you think about it, from Jason Britt, George Dickens Jr., Dwight McBride, Big Mark Davis from B&M, uh, Mondre, Greg Scriven Sr., Bruce Freeman, um, Robert Holland.
Yeah.
Man, I could go down the list, man, but I lost some real good guys, man, that I was around, man, and they definitely had an impact on what I had going on. Yeah, but Mondre was definitely my guy, and I learned a lot from him, and yeah,
Heck of a songwriter.
yeah, he was definitely that. He was crazy when it came down to
Heck of
that
a
ink pen,
songwriter.
man.
It was
Yeah,
hard to beat
man.
him with that pen.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like very hard, man. And he wasn't the best vocally, but he knew how to put it together. I will say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this group still doing anything, or have they just stopped? Or
When he passed, I tried to keep it going.
mm,
Uh, I I put a we did a couple of shows. We did like show down in Lumberton, North Carolina. We did a show in Virginia. And we recently just talked again about doing something else soon, but everybody just kind of went their way. Um, I just would love to do it because I just feel like Mondre's songs and what his ministry was then, a lot of people missed that. Them songs was some dope songs that he put out back when he was living. Yeah.
um, so who do you think has been the biggest artist you've played for?
Live, I would say the homies the Carter Cortez. I would say.
I
Okay.
remember that weekend.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, I would say
we
Zacardi.
was talking that weekend. I
Yep.
remember where I was at.
Mother's Day weekend, yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Fact.
Yeah, I would say Zacardi. That's the homie, man. Ever since I played with him that day, we've been laughing, cutting up, and all of that here and there, man. But I would definitely say between him and Leandria. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Um, what's the who as far as who's the biggest artist you've produced or had a chance to put
Uh,
on their record?
between gospel wise, I would say producing would be Doc, um, or whatever. Be a part of an album. I had a chance to be a part of a track that Avant done some years ago. Uh, due to my bro who passed a couple years ago, Sean Carrington, was a guitar player, and he did a lot of production for Avant, Chris Brown, Jill Scott, a lot of great um, R&B artists. But yeah, I was a part of a track that Avant did a while back, years ago.
Okay. Okay. Um, Trey, go ahead, take it over. I know you got a lot of bass questions.
I mean, I know this nigga, so I mean, I mean, you still. Well, I would like to know. You still strong with Aguilar?
Yep, yep. I'm still endorsed with Agler. I'm still endorsed with Lakeland. I also endorse Besttronic cables. I have a I have a little deal with Ardia preamps. Um, and I'm still with Aclair ears. Um, I will say this. I will say this. A lot of people be asking me, man, can you put me on? How do you get endorsed and all of that? Just cause you got to endorse beside your name, that does not mean that you're supposed to get equipment for free.
Mm.
Um, I worked very hard on that. I did a lot of researching. You know, I'd rather get something at a discounted price than pay the full price if it was possible. And a lot of the endorsement that I've been a part of, some of them, most of them, was a very good discounted price. But I still always try to push the company as well. Um, Jim, I'm a part of Dunlop too. Dunlop Strings.
I was gonna ask you what kind of strings you be using.
Yeah, I don't be using they strings, but
Hard to beat Elixir, huh?
yeah, Lexus and them doggone Darios, bruh.
It's hard to get past them.
Yeah, although Dunlop are dope, man. It's just I haven't been using them lately because sometimes I just need to go ahead and get a pack of strings, so I can just easily run to the music store real quick and grab a pack and slap on my bass. Yeah,
I feel that.
So do you write songs too for other artists, or you got your own music that you be writing, or anything?
I do a little bit of both. I'm not that strong in the writing. As far as composing music, I've done quite a bit of that. Um, and just because it took a lot to get to the where I'm at, and I'm still not all the way there. You know what I mean? I don't think a person can all. I don't think nobody can be all the way there when it comes down to doing music. You can't never learn too much music. You can't never learn too much about it. But I'm still learning when it comes down to writing, when it comes down to composing, producing. I've definitely gotten my feet wet with mixing and mastering. I was I was pretty much I got my feet pretty wet the last couple of years doing that. Swanee Quintet, Bree Holly, Doc McKenzie stuff. And yeah, man, I had the opportunity, man. I had some guys that kind of coached me through it, man. They kind of put me on game when it came down to that. But yeah, man, I don't do that much writing, but I can. It just takes a lot of time. I got to sit down. I'm not like Mondre. Mondre could just you could tell him a word and he can write a whole song off of one word.
That's a
That's a
special
different
gift.
type of man. That's
Yeah,
different, bro.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
different, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So name me your top five bass players all time.
That'd be the hardest question.
Woo.
That'd be the hardest question.
All right. Is it all genres or just gospel?
You can mix them together.
Okay. I had to say Ron Clark, Jamario Artist, Trey Sean,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
um, Mike from the Pilgrim Jubilees, um, Jesus, and Pierce. I wish I had more options. You kind of put a cap on them when you said five.
Okay, give me 10. Give me 10 if you can do
Okay,
10.
good. Okay. Okay, so we got Merlin Lucius, um, Victor Wooten, not Victor Wooten, Marcus Miller, Tony Russell, um,
Tony got to be on a nigga. Yeah, sir.
Walter Barnes Jr.,
Mm.
um, jeez, there's so many guys, man, that I've been checking
Bro,
out.
it's too many.
Uh, Pete Funk and Verdine
Yeah,
White.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
niggas don't talk about Pig Funk enough.
No, no.
Um, so what do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Producing. Um, I think I'm 36 now. I'll be 37 next month. I'm getting old, man.
You
But
getting wise, man. You getting wise. You ain't getting old.
yeah, man. But I think the tour life was cool. Playing every weekend was cool. But man, I got kids, I got grandkids, I got a family, man. Like, so it's like, um,
You say you got grandkids.
That nigga said
like
grandkids.
grandchild. I got a grandchild. I got a grandchild.
I wasn't gonna ask,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I had a grandchild, man.
well,
So, but man, it's like, and he was just born like a couple weeks, like last week, literally last week. But yeah, man, I see myself setting myself up, man, to be able to spend time with my family, man, and and be able to have a legacy set up where my kids and their kids and so on will be able to flourish off of something that I put in place for them, um, and all of that stuff, man. So I'll say production for sure. I'm praying and thinking about going into building bases and doing being like a Luther or whatever, working on bases and stuff like that. I got a good friend named Andy that's been pushing me to just go ahead and start doing that, and he's been coaching me through it. A lot of stuff, a lot of jobs that I've been doing here, for other people as well. So
might as well, nigga. You've been doing this
yeah,
stuff for a minute.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you ever had a chance to work with people like Willis Pittman and like Luther Barnes and of them?
Yep, yep. I played on one of Luther's records. The record that I produced with Doc. Um, Luther was in there, and he was a part of the writing session with that. Matter of fact, I think Luther wrote the song, the whole song. Um, Willis Pittman, I didn't get a chance to play with him. I mean, we shared, you know, the same stage and all of that stuff, but I didn't never get the opportunity to play with him. Which Willis back in the day was, he'll
That
tell
Thunder
your
song was
house,
hot.
he would tell your house slam up with that boy
Yeah.
right there.
Those some good days right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Um, so what instruments don't you play?
That nigga play
I don't play
everything, bro.
no I don't play no horns unless it's on the keyboard. The crazy thing is, man, I actually played I had composed a little track for this dude named Tyrese out of, I think Tyrese from Connecticut. I don't even remember the song, but he was like, man, I just want you to play the ox part, the horn lines on it. And so I played the session as a horn player on the keyboard, but Doc used to. That's one thing I will say. Like in his rehearsals, he would be like, "If you gonna play horns, you need to think like a horn player. If you
Mm,
gonna play strings, Luther would say the same thing too. If you gonna play strings, you need to think like a string player, like an orchestra." So,
right.
um, but
This
I
nigga
don't,
be
I
out there
don't.
playing the horns like a keyboard.
You ain't lying, boy.
Be sliding
playing
through
Wow,
notes.
chords,
wow.
playing chords with the horns. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like that was, but I play bass. I play a little bit of lead guitar. I play a little bit of organ, a little bit of keys, drums, acoustic, and that's about it, man. It ain't that much.
And you do sing too, right?
No, sir.
You don't sing at all?
No, sir. I can if I'm forced to. I think Roy forced me to sing second and bottom a couple times. If I'm forced to, I will. I had to learn. I just got to be like, give me my note real quick before we start. No,
Yeah.
like before we start the next song. Okay, okay, okay. I got
Then we
you.
can
Okay,
go
we
from
start.
there.
All right, what's the next song? Okay, what's my note again? All right, all right,
Go from there.
all right. Yeah, yeah, man.
Do you play at church currently?
I do. I play at Divine Anointing Church International. We call it the Kai. It's the 8 o'clock service with Pastor David Moore in Greenville, North Carolina. And then I play at his 11 o'clock service at Indian Woods uh Church in Windsor, North Carolina. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's every Sunday. Yeah.
So what do you MD or you just play? You just play bass?
I MD his 8 o'clock service and I just play bass at his 11 o'clock service. Um MDing is a for y'all that's not that has an
Meaningful
MD.
job.
MD is a job. I could go over the details, but but MDing is
Yeah,
it's a job.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different kind of beast.
Yeah, man. You gotta be made for it, man. Everybody can't MD.
Because you got to
Um,
take feelings out.
It's a
Like
lot
it
that
ain't.
come with
yeah,
it, man. It's a
Yeah,
lot
like
that come with it.
yeah,
we
yeah,
still cool, but we got a job we got to do too at the same time.
yeah, man. I be telling the boys, man, when I'm like, man, I understand, like we cool off stage, bro, but because man, I had to take them licks on the chin sometime coming up. Even though I wasn't an MD, I was just playing. And man, when I tell y'all like Jamal Lewis was young, he's younger than me, man, but sometimes that joker was the ass towards me, man. And I be wanting to knock him off that keyboard stand, man. But later on in life, later on down my little career, man, I'm like, man, what he was saying, it makes sense. When you're MDing, y'all, if people that's checking this out, yo, if you want to become an MD, you got to be able to be responsible. You got to be able to make sure that not only that you're responsible for yourself, but you're responsible for everybody. You know what I mean? It's more to it than just um, the music, you know, and getting up there yelling out numbers and notes and telling them that this where we're going at here. It's a lot to it, man. But you got to be built for it. You definitely got to be built for it, man, in order to you know to be called an MD. Yeah, definitely got to be built for it. I had someone ask me yesterday, like, okay, does an MD has to be don't ain't the MD a keyboard player? I'm like, nah. MD nowadays can be anything. You can be a
Anybody?
guitar player, bass player, drummer. As long as you know your stuff and you can direct, because you basically the coach. You know what I mean? You coaching everybody to get the win. You like to be successful at what they're doing on stage. You know, I used to hate that title, man. I used to like don't. I used to tell people, man, don't call me that because I'm not an MD.
Yeah.
But I had to take it on, man. I had to. It took a pastor to pull me to the side and to speak into my life, man, to let me know that it's okay for people to place you there, um, in into that entitlement, man, because it's everybody's not cut out for it, um, and at the time I wasn't that person, even though I like to cut up and talk to people and all that. I wasn't that type of person that knew how to just take charge or whatever. I've been in some situations where I just came as a bass player and ended up becoming the MD of a whole live recording, you know. Um, but it's a job.
Yeah, like you got to no emotions. Like let's do what we got to do, man. And if you can't do it,
Absolutely.
oh well, ain't no love lost. We still cool. But
You
like any other
sure
job,
would.
the job got to get done. You getting paid to do it right. So
Hey man,
you don't want to do it.
Trey, Trey Sean, what did you say? Get it. You would give you a bucket of chicken.
A box of chicken and a bus ticket. Send you on your
They
way.
man, they and Jeff Patterson and company group, boy, they live by that saying, boy.
A box of chicken and a bus ticket.
Yes, sir.
Boss
Send
of
you on
chicken
your way,
and
buddy.
yeah, man. A lot of people don't realize though, man, you get your best training in smaller artist groups like that, honestly.
For sure.
Because what if you do get in a situation where you gotta take leave for a Zacardi or a Leandria or Fantasia or whatever? You gotta be able to. You can't just be looking around like, what do I do next? Okay, I can't go to the artist and ask the artist, how do you want this done? You got to be able to just say, okay, what songs you need? What songs we doing? What's the lineup? You know, and it's up to you to get that to the band. And it's up to you to rehearse that band, make sure everybody on point. And honestly, if they ain't on point, if they your friend or not, like sometimes you just got to cut them. You gotta. Hey man, I got to get somebody else to do the job because I got to have this job done in order for me to get paid.
Right.
Yeah.
But everybody don't see it like that. They think you just being mean, nasty, and hateful. But no, it's just
Oh,
business.
and my boy, my
A lot of
man,
people
my
don't see it
drummer,
like that
my
too.
drummer tell people quick, man, that nigga Chris is that butthole, man, when it come down to stuff. But it ain't that, man. He know now, like, if I give him a certain look, he'll be like, man, my bad. I used to be that guy too. You know what I mean? And now he ain't like that no more. You know what I mean? But I used to be like, man, my bad, man. On him, I missed that intro. When I did that playing with DMD, man, boy, them boys that have my ass, boy. We getting daggone hotel, man. Them boys start, yeah, that I mean they'll literally jump you, boy, and like start swinging on you, nigga. And I'm like, and like, yeah, don't mess up again. And you just gotta be like, dang. You just gotta take it on the chin, man. That's what made a man out of me, man.
Oh
I
geez, I came up around, boy.
they don't play.
You better not say nothing back.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You
I don't
mess
care if you
around,
just
that
play.
chin be that
I,
jaw be
Chris a
swole.
witness. Chris a witness. You could have played the right thing 3 times straight in front of them niggas. Yeah, I
You better not
swear up and down, you played it wrong.
play it wrong. And you better
You
not
just
say
play the
nothing
same thing
against it.
3 times, and you better not say. You better not say nothing back. You just played it right 3 times straight. He gonna tell you you ain't do it right.
And John would be like, son, I heard what you just done. You was wrong. I'm like, all right, man. Yeah, yeah, man. But them guys, them guys in New York, they was different. You know what I mean? And they talked the most junk, man, but they did it with love, for real, for real.
Yeah, yeah, and they be aggressive with it, but like you said, it's just all love.
Man, yo, Keith used to give me hell, man. And I wasn't even playing for his group. He used to give me hell. Like
Yeah,
I used to see that nigga walk around the corner, man, and I used to turn around and walk the other way. He like, come on, let me get your butt whooped.
yeah,
I like, man, dang,
man. We used to argue all the time. Like it will get sometimes it will get real bad,
yeah, man.
but that's just how he
But
talk.
that's how he was, man. And Keith, honestly, Keith gave me a opportunity to produce a track on his last record, man, before he passed away.
Mhm.
Uh Keith was a really good guy, man. A lot of people had they opinions about him. And I'm gonna say this in front of everybody on this live. A lot of people would say, "Man, Keith would get you, man. He used to get you, and he would take your stuff." And I honestly, when we was cutting this track, he was like, "Man, you got the track ready for me?" I'm like, I said, "Keith, we're gonna have to talk, man." Okay. And he was like, well, "What's up?" I said, "Man, everybody keep telling me how you keep taking niggas songs, man, and they music, and you be like." you be like just pushing them to the side and you just take the credit for it. And he was like, huh. Well, let me ask you something. I said, okay. He said, if you putting out some music, right, as an artist, I said, okay. You got a deadline that you got to have that music out. I said, right. And somebody said, I'm gonna let you record this song, and you done went all the way to Timbuktu and recorded the song with them at their spot and all of that, and the song is ready, mixed, mastered, and everything, and it's ready to be put out. But they ain't done their homework and they ain't do their paperwork. What am I supposed to do? You done wasted my time and I done came out here and recorded this song. He said, I'ma still do my part because I done spent money to come out there where you was at to do that.
Yeah.
My boy, you got a point. You got a point, my guy. You do got a point. And so man, he sold it to me, man. And honestly, it goes to go back to the Mondre thing, bro. It's like soon as I started getting closer to these guys, man, it's like I started losing them. Keith, that day, man, I think I had like, oh, I know I had over 40 calls. I had fell asleep. I was so tired, man. I just got back in from out of town, and I was fell asleep on the floor looking at a movie with my daughter. And man, I had so many missed calls, man. Everybody telling me what had happened. Um, but Keith gave me an opportunity to produce, and he got on me during the production of that track because I had played something on the track on the bass, and it just didn't match. I felt like it didn't match what all the other music that was going on the track, and so I corrected it. I took it out, corrected it, and sent it to him. And he was like, "Hey, son, hey." I said, "What up? Hey, where that part at?" I'm like, "What part?" That part. That part. You know what part I'm talking about, Steve. I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Steve, it was a part in there where you miss. It's like you missed a note. I said, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, yeah, I fixed it and sent it back to you. Nah, put it back. Put it back. I'm like, man, that's all wrong, bro. Nah, that's what makes records. Put it back. Take all of that out. Put it back. I said, man, you gonna make me put myself out. Put it back, see. I put it back. I put it back, man. And he put it right. He put it out just like that. You really can't tell it, you know what I mean? But for him, like a lot of the lead singers that we played for coming up, them guys was very attentive of the music, whether we knew it or not. And they either played something or they just had the mentality of how it's supposed to go. They already knew what they wanted. And when you're playing for an artist, any artist like that, it's always makes our job a lot easier when it's like that.
Right. But everybody just like you said, everybody just don't know what they want because a lot of them can't do it.
Mm,
But majority, I don't think I really came across a lead singer that can't play at least one instrument.
right. Doc played guitar. You had Paul Porter plays guitar. You got Harvey plays guitar. Lee Williams was a bass player. I heard. Um, I think Slim played guitar or something like that back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what Tommy Ellison played.
He looked like a guitar player.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and a lot of musicians, the OGs from back in the day, they like Tracy Pierce wasn't a bass player. He was a keyboard player, from my understanding, back in the day. Yeah, man. From what I was told. Yeah, so. But let's talk about uh since we talk about musicians playing other stuff, let's talk about how a beast of a drummer Trey Sean is on them tubs.
Yeah, he definitely got it.
I'm
I'm
talking about
tired.
before he got the dreads and he had an afro and all of that. And he was tearing niggas up on them drums, bro.
Man, this nigga right here.
In basketball shorts.
In the
In the
trailer
trailer,
days.
bruh.
The
In the
trailer days, yes, sir.
trailer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. A lot of the guys, man, that's coming up like Damo and all, man, we all used to sit and we used to hang out at Trayshawn them house, man. And, woo, them days. You can't I wish we can get
I
them
told
days
Richard a
back, boy.
lot of niggas done been through there, bro.
Yeah,
A
man.
lot of niggas done been through there.
Yep.
A lot of groups done practice there. Like,
Yeah.
That's a landmark.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
I ain't gonna cap. I wouldn't go nowhere outside the living room though, because I didn't know if that floor was gonna cave in on me or whatever,
Hey,
man.
a couple big niggas just came through there and let it rip.
Yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, that was my hangout spot, man, for a couple of years, man. Them my Darrell McFadden days. I used to go hang out there before I went on the road with Darrell and them.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of niggas don't know how close you and Greg are too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't know how
Me
far like y'all truly go back, bro. That's
man,
how I met
listen,
Chris. I met
man.
Chris through Greg.
Greg Scriven, man. Him and TJ, his brother TJ, man. TJ, we didn't hang out too much. It was always just me and little Greg hanging out. But Greg was one of them ones that he could play it all. He could play
Yeah.
it all. But he just didn't take it serious at that time. He could play it, but he just didn't take it that serious. And man, when I came back one day and that joker got on organ, and I was like, man, you playing all your keys? He like, yeah, bro. Man,
Greg a piece for sure.
that nigga started smacking that organ in a suit. I said, nigga, what?
Yeah,
Pro
I'm like,
level.
oh
he
yeah,
ain't
we
no
finna
slouch.
work today.
He ain't no slouch by far.
He ain't, man. Greg is a really dope musician, man. That's my homie. That's my bro, man. To the day that I die, him and Trey Sean, to be real. Uh, Greg is a real dope. He's one of the ones in Fayetteville that I would say would be the go to
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that area,
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like
yeah, definitely.
For anything.
when you come around there, man, it's just certain names you just gotta know when you come. You know, when you go to certain cities, like when you come to Greenville, you know, there's certain names you gonna know around here. You know, but when you go to Fayetteville, it's certain names you just gotta know who is who, like
Right.
who to call. Like when you hear that name, you be like, oh, okay, I got you.
Ain't
I
gotta
know
worry
who
about
he
nothing.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to worry
yeah,
about.
yeah, man.
Yeah. You know, you call them certain ones, you're gonna get good quality work. So
Yeah,
you
absolutely,
ain't got to even stress. Like
absolutely, man.
the job will be done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You put a bass in his hand, you put some keys in front of him or some drumsticks in the hand, he
He'll
gonna
play a
go right
little
to work on
guitar.
you. Yeah, little
He'll play
guitar.
a little guitar.
He pull one of his daddy that horns guitar his daddy got, boy. You might be through then.
Or that
He
green one.
gonna that Duesenberg, he gonna
Yes,
chuck the hell
sir.
out of you then.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Greg's family grew his family is good people, man.
real good
And
people.
yeah, they good people, man. Like his
And
dad,
can
man,
cook.
was
Jesus
just
Christ, can
yes,
cook. Oh
sir.
my God.
But his dad was one of them ones like you could be around. You could the first
Nah,
time you be
he
around
was he
him,
was one of one.
yeah,
One
He
on
was
man.
one,
one
Like
of
bro.
one, bro.
it
Like he was
want
one of
is
one.
you could be around him, and then by the time you get ready, it could be your first time around him. By the time you get ready to leave,
You gonna be wanting to
oh
leave.
man, you come to the crossroads anytime, baby.
Anytime.
You know where I'm at. Hey, you want something to eat? You want something to take home with you? I fix your
And
plate.
if you can't go home tonight, we got plenty room for
We got plenty of
Man,
rooms. Boy, I slept on that couch in the front room. I slept with Greg and TJ had bunk beds. I slept, man, it been plenty of
mhm.
night, boy.
Man,
Yeah, man.
good times, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Yeah.
He never treated nobody like a stranger.
No, no, sir.
Go in
No,
there and
sir,
get you some
man.
food out the fridge, man.
Go get some food out the freezer. You want something to drink?
He'll
Yeah.
give
You
you the
want
whole
what
list.
in
He'll
them
give you
the
the
whole
whole rundown
thing.
of where everything at. You go ahead,
Yep.
go do your
Yep.
thing, bro.
Do your
This ain't no
thing,
little
dog.
stuff. I'm talking about pork chops, ribs, chicken, baked
Oh
chicken,
yeah.
macaroni, everything.
And
Waiting on you.
he'll try to sneak a little D in there on you. And I'm like, no, I don't eat that now. I don't eat that.
No sir.
Yeah. I slick think he fed me some deer. One time I just didn't know what it was.
Nigga done
I bet it
seen
was
that
good
boy.
though.
Whatever he cooked now, it was smack. I'm talking about it. It'll be 12 o'clock at night. Macaroni and cheese, barbecue chicken, the
Yeah.
whole
Okay.
411, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Uncle Greg, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out.
Yes,
OG.
sir.
Oh my God, bro.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I used to go down there, just be me and him.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
chilling.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, man. Greg was Greg Scribb was definitely one of the OGs, man. He put you on game. I used to sit in the living room, and man, he'll put on this. It's a blues rock and blues concert they used to do back in the day called the Crossroads, and he'll have us in there looking at that joint
Don't
all
let that nigga
night
get to playing
long.
music. God almighty. He
Oh
gonna
man.
and if he pull his
Ne-
guitar out, it's a rap.
oh yeah, nephew, check this out. Check this out real quick.
He ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere.
They ain't going nowhere. I done fell asleep on that couch plenty of time listening to him show me stuff and talk. I miss that guy, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm thankful though, man, Rich, to for one have met you through I think we all done been connected with old Stanley Roy.
Stanley
Yep.
Hipkiss. Hipkiss.
I think I met
Yeah.
you through Tor. It might have been through Tory first.
Yep. Yep.
Might have been
Yeah, man. Yeah. Old toy Pew.
From
Old
one.
toy.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talking about one of a kind.
Yes, sir. It's only one.
Yes, sir. I promise you.
It's the only one. A lot of people don't know though that Tory was a I forgot to mention that. Tory was one of the influences too. Brandon Perkins, I know you probably don't know Brandon. He plays
Perk.
drums with me.
Yeah.
Perk. Brandon Perkins was the first one to put a real bass in my hand. Him and this guy named Maurice Sutton. A real like I used to take my dad's lead guitar and take all the strings off and put all the thick E strings up there and tune it like a bass. But Perk was the first one. He would sneak his daddy bass out the house, man, and bring it to church so I could play it. And it was the first time I ever played a real bass, man. But
Wow.
when I started doing it, man, Toy, one on one, man. Man, nigga, you could play it, man. Come on, man. Man, you could do this. You could do. I mean, he Toy will make you think.
Yeah.
Knowing you ain't sweet, he would still make you think that you sweet. I'm talking about. I mean, you get out there now. When you get out there by yourself, now you get out there and think you about halfway sweet, and you wrong. I don't know what. He ain't nowhere to be found.
Hey, but that's a
Yeah,
confidence boost you need though. It kind of gets
yeah, man.
you think you sweet. So
Yeah, yeah,
He said,
yep.
a lot of niggas to think they sweet. That's funny.
Yeah, it's wrong, boy. They wrong, man. I promise. And I say that in confidence because I was wrong one time. You know what I mean? But we all had to go there at some point of time in life in our little career.
yeah,
All that stuff, man. I remember I was playing and this dude, man, I was way off somewhere, man, like out west, and they were like, man, it's this kid, man, that play bass, but he from out your way. I'm like, okay. He a tall, slim, little slinky dude. But man, he played bass just like you, but he like he just played it. It's like you on crack. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that, man. Like, what else? I'm sorry, I ain't even speak Fred, George, Ron, Jeremiah. What's
Oh,
going on, y'all?
I ain't even been looking in the
Yeah, man, my bad.
I looked in the
But
earlier.
yeah, homie was like, yeah, man, it's a dude out there, man. But it's like you on base, but it's just it's like you on crack. Like he just smacking, man. I'm like, what? And so when I finally one of his other homeboys came and showed me a video, and it was Trey Sean playing behind Demetrius Ledbetter. I like, oh yeah, I said that's little bro. Man, Trey Sean was eating that damn PV Cyrus up. I'm
I
talking
hate I
about
gotta
like,
hear that damn bass, man.
man, he was eating that PV Cyrus up, dog. And I'm talking about the strings. I knew the string was there, and it didn't even matter. He was still killing. Yeah, man, I'm proud of y'all
Ah.
boys, man. Everything that y'all done and all of that stuff, man. And it's definitely more to come, man.
Hey, Led is a beast too.
Yeah, he sure is.
Oh
He
yeah.
sure is. He sure is. He opened up opportunities as well for guys, man, to be heard. It's a lot of people out here, man, that don't get the credit that they are due, that they should get.
A lot of 'em.
Yeah, yeah, that's for real. Kevin talking about he trying to be a pro, like, man, whatever, man. You already pro, man. You out there, you a highlight there, doc.
Yeah, front man.
Yeah, doc. Yeah, Carolina got some heat though, man. Keith used to say he like, man, y'all just got it, man. Why you think we all I always come down there and get my musicians? y'all down south, niggas, y'all got it. And I don't gotta hear a lot of mouth from y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm proud to be a part of old Carolina, old South.
Carolina is crazy, man. North and
Yeah.
South though. There's some niggas in
Yeah.
North and South Carolina that's yeah.
Eating, bruh. They is eating. You got Antoine, Timmons, that's
Oh
smacking.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got you got Antoine Taylor and his brother, Junior Taylor.
Yes, sir. All them Taylor
Man,
brothers.
all
Like,
the Taylor brothers, man. Man, it's woo.
It's a
It's
nigga
it,
in
it
Raleigh I really like to hear play bass. Jervis.
Jervis Wimbush. He played for my brother band. Jervis is a listen. If y'all don't know nothing about Jervis, y'all need to go look him up. Jervis Wimbush. I
That
promise you.
man can play baseball. God, dog.
Ooh.
I don't even know who that is. I ain't never heard that name.
Hey man,
Man,
look
you
him
gotta
up.
look him up. You got listen. And the
Trust
crazy
me.
thing
Trust
is,
me, bro.
like he care about his base, but he don't care about it like we care about it. He just be like, man, shoot, I just play base, man. I do what I gotta do and I go home and go back to work. But that nigga be eating that daggone fender up. You hear me? Jervis is a monster, man. I swear. I swear. You definitely got a lot of cats. From the Carolinas, man, that's beast, man. Base wise. Like I said, Kareem,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's another one.
Smitty,
I'm tell y'all nigga y'all don't get to hear on bass like that, but you'll never know this nigga is that cold. JD,
Damo.
bro.
Oh,
JD.
JD. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I seen
That
him
man
one
on
day
the
on I don't
that
think he
man
knew
on the
I was
bass, bro.
I don't think he knew I was even looking at him on live. When I tell you he was going through every string on that bass fluently, I'm like, man,
It's
what in the world
bad, bro.
he
It's
thinking?
bad. I be snatching my bass back, man. Give me that
Yeah,
shit,
man. JD's is that
man.
cool.
Bro, there's a lot of killers out here,
Uh,
I
man.
don't I don't think he's from here.
what you talking about?
Like Earth. I don't think he's from Earth.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie,
Like,
bro. I know niggas be glazing. I ain't glazing, bro. That's that's the coldest musician that I know
yeah. On
personally.
every I mean,
Like,
to
Yeah,
see
bro,
him blaze on every instrument,
right.
it's really scary. Keys,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
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 bad.
ridiculous, bro. Like, it's
Bad. It's bad. It ain't like I've seen guys play like me. I know I'm not all that on keys and I'm not all that on lead or drum, but this joker hit on everything he touched.
and
Right.
He,
everybody hear how cold he is on guitar, but he plays
yeah,
everything equally. Like it's
equally, man. Like it ain't no slacking. Like he give 110% on guitar. He give 110 on key, bass, and drum. I played
don't
a
ever
gig
see
with
that
him
nigga.
playing drums, but
Yeah, he smack drums too.
monster, man. I want to, and I definitely want to throw this in here, y'all. Um, what makes us bass players be able to be effective is the drummer. When you got a good, solid drummer playing with you, man, it's like we in heaven, bro.
And being, bro, you ain't lying. It's like it's a bass player thing. I don't know how keyboard players
Hmm.
and but it's super vital. I can have a trash keyboard player, bro, and as long as my
Yeah.
drummer straight, like
Oh,
it's
we in there. We
Yeah,
in there.
the
we
meat of the
good.
band.
I'd
Yeah.
rather have
I,
a trash
That's definitely
keyboard
that's
player
literally
than
the
a
meat.
trash drummer, bro.
hey,
Like we
man.
lit. That's all I need, bro.
Hey, man. When people ask me, like, man, I need you to play. Can you come play on the? I'm like, yeah. Who playing drums?
Yeah.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we good. Yeah, man. That matters to me, man, because I gotta make sure that I'm not gonna be able to enjoy and get. I feel like I'm not gonna get the job done if I can't if I can't have a solid drummer.
It ain't gonna be
Nah,
it
I'm
ain't
just
gonna
there for the
be
check at that time.
it ain't fun no more.
No, man. Just you know. But for real though, Rich, people be sleeping too, nigga. You can play drums too. I done seen you smack a whole gig
Rich,
behind
Rich
the
can sit back there
cans.
and slap.
Hands just don't want to hold up no more.
Hey, man.
I'd be like, man, I want to play for somebody. Then by the time I get on, like, yeah, somebody come get these sticks.
Man, I attempted to play at a church service not too long ago. Bro, I'm talking about by the time they didn't shout but like 2 minutes and I was wore out.
Man, you
My
got to get
hands was
somebody to start
Um,
cramped.
shouting.
Yeah, man.
Hey, come
I
on,
started
hey, come
holding
get the
holding
stick.
the drumstick like this. I wasn't even holding it like that.
You
I was
holding in
holding it like
between them.
that. And my hand was cramping up so bad. Yeah, man. I
man,
love when you and Tank are get man. Tank is a different guy, man. When it's like that, man. Like playing with me and him playing. Tank, I'll say my favorite drummers that I've been able to share stages with was Tank, Michael Dickens that played with George Dickens.
That's a
Uh,
solid nigga too. Very
yes,
underrated.
sir. Yes, sir. Um, Trey Sean is one of my favorite
We
drummers.
was hitting strong, bro. We was hitting strong one
Woo!
time, bro.
If we
We was
if
hitting
we
strong.
hey, I ain't gonna lie. I know I was playing
Ah.
with DMD then, but man, if we ever had went on the road then, when it was me, you, Lil Greg, and Willie, it would have been a bad day. Let me see. Tank, Quell, Trayshawn. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. My little bro, man, I call him man. He's from this way. Drummer boy Pitt.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that boy been cold since he was little.
He's the beast on bass, but
Yes, sir.
you put him on stage with me on drums, I ain't got nothing to worry about at all. Like, yeah. But it's definitely some good, everybody got they picks, man, on their
Yeah.
favorite drummers and
I got
stuff,
a
man.
couple.
But
I got a few. It's just, you know,
who would you say yours is, Trey?
Damo my go-to, no matter
Oh
what.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Damo,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
I done had some crazy experiences though.
Yeah.
Sticks Taylor, that was different. That was real, very
Right,
different.
right,
Calvin Rogers,
right.
uh,
That was crazy.
bro, that I can't lie. That might be the most. I can't explain that one.
That was crazy.
that's the most seasoned nigga I've ever played with.
That's crazy.
And
Yep.
I still don't understand how it was so perfect, like everything he played
Yeah,
down.
and it's a big age gap between the two, and he still like he just
His
show up.
feel is different. It's so
Yeah,
different than anything I ever played beside, bro.
yeah, man. Yeah, he was showing up that night.
But niggas didn't get to see that second line, and that's what niggas don't understand. They was trying to figure out why Chris was in the background, like on the side, because he was supposed to do a live recording with us that weekend. We was
Mm-hmm.
doing like a reunion tour, and it was like one weekend where Tony Chicago played bass and
Mm-hmm.
Calvin played, and they had did like a recording like the week before. And
Mm-hmm.
that night that everybody seen was just a rehearsal for the actual show the next day. That next day, that
Crazy.
nigga let it. God dang, bro. I'm happy that next day, cuz that was different.
Uh-huh. I would
Yeah,
say
man.
I forgot
What
my
else you
my boy
got, man?
Cheese.
I played with
Cheese,
Cheese before. Yeah, Cheese. That's a
man.
different nigga to play with too.
Yeah. And he's from Carolina, man. Cheese is solid. Solid drummer, man. Um I'm trying to think of some more. Rich, what's my boy name that played with us when we did the joint with Roy in Montgomery?
Jamarcus.
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I can't never forget Jamarcus.
Yeah, bro.
Jamarcus personally in my top
Yeah, bro.
five. I wanted to say three. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say five.
Yeah,
It's
Jamarcus on a
too
yeah,
whole
many
nother
niggas.
level.
yeah. And for real, a lot of people, Trey, they don't know, but if y'all caught Jamal back in his day,
Yeah,
Jamal Lewis,
I think I heard some records with Jamal playing on
man,
them.
man. Jamal wasn't no joke, man, on them drums, bro.
I remember him
I've
getting on
never seen him
drums at
play
my
drum.
spot before,
Man.
like back in the day one time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's real technical. But when he start, you be like, okay, where you going at with it? But when he in, you be like, man, I ain't see that come. I didn't see that come. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of good solid drummers out here though, man. But them some of my favorite. I always would say that I want to be able to share the stage with Tony Bush playing drums.
Yeah.
Uh Richard Nash playing drums. Like them guys, man. I, I pay attention to Gold Walton, one of the guys that I look at quite a bit.
Yeah, I wanna sit down
Yeah,
beside Gold
gold
one
pretty
time.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, as far as just a solid, give me just solid. I can't even count, man. Jareek held it down with me, man, for a little bit too, man, with Roy. Like
Hey,
we
Reek
was,
Reek is one word, my man. Consistent.
yeah, consistent, man.
Consistent
Like
and solid.
he ain't going nowhere. Long as his snap smack,
You know what you
he
gonna
in
get
there.
every single night from that nigga right
Yeah.
there. You
You
ain't
can't
never
wear
gotta
him
worry
out
about
either.
Reek.
You
Oh
cannot wear
no,
Riga.
no. He gonna go there. He gonna go
Throw
there
me
with
off
you
the
every
stool,
time.
dog.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I had opportunity to share a Doc joint when we played with Doc with Tribbett, Twan Tribbett.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was killing too.
Trippy be snapping too.
Yeah, yeah, he was
My little
that.
run with Tony was cold too. Tony Spencer.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot Tony. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Tony was
like that
definitely
duo. We
definitely
locked
dope
like
too.
instantly.
Yeah, yeah. Tony was solid. Tony was solid. My man, it was a dude, not Tony, not Roddy. Roddy was dope too. It was a nigga from Texas, Kenny.
Kenny Hughes.
Kenny,
Yeah,
woo.
yeah,
Kenny was
Kenny.
different, boy. Kenny was different, man. Yeah, but them some of the drummers that I said I would like. Oh, Tron, I can't remember. I can't forget Tron. Tron was the first drummer that I played with where I just had to really just I had to just learn him. You know what I mean? I had to just be like, because he was so he. he just had a style that I ain't really never really heard nobody
He
else
definitely
play.
had a different style.
Right.
Yeah. And like you had to just pick up on it. And in order for me to pick up on Tron, man, I had to go back and listen to the old live YouTube clips with him and Gene back in the day and had to understand like, okay, well, how was Gene somewhat how was he thinking back in the day when he was playing with Tron? And once I understood that and saw like me and Tron was meshing. Like we was definitely in there pretty solid. Yeah. Yeah, man. So
Mm, mm, mm,
the fact that
Somebody
they
said the fact that there's an Embiid poster back there indicates Trey is a true baller.
You said what? Oh, I got a little oh yeah, a little something, something.
yeah, he'll definitely yam on you now.
Hey,
I seen
hey,
I
hey,
seen it with my
don't tell
own
him
two eyes.
nothing. Don't tell him nothing.
Stand
Nah,
on that goal you want to.
he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing with nobody. Ask him what happened to him the other week.
What happened? You tell
Yeah.
him.
Now you tell him. You tell the story.
I want to hear this.
I want to hear it too.
Tell
We'll,
him.
I want
we'll,
to hear three.
We'll let you tell it.
I shot it lights out.
Other than the score was like 10-3. I don't
I
know what
shot your
else happened.
lights out.
What was the score? What was the score at the end of the
Hey,
game?
hey, I got a story. I got a story. I'm, we was somewhere with Roy and Richard said, I bet you five, give me 5 shots. I bet you I can hit it from half court. Oh nah, bro. Nah. Man, that nigga was throwing that basketball like he was throwing a football, man.
Who, Richard?
Yeah,
He
man.
did that the other week. We got done playing. We got done playing our little game. My man said, "All right, now meet me at half court." Mister said,
Man.
"Mister, bro, I swear to God, Chris, he stood there and hit the first shot from half court, flat footed."
I believe it, man. It's like
I
this all
said,
he used to
"Damn."
practice on.
I practiced that.
I said,
I
"Damn."
practiced that.
I literally sat there and watched him. He wouldn't run go every time he would miss, he wouldn't run go get the ball either. He would walk, go get the ball, bounce it up and down until he got back half court and launch it again across the court. I think who was it? Me or Mario? 'Cause I knew Richard, but I ain't know him like that. I said, man, this kid got to be real bored. Like,
Hey, I practice
like
shots. I still do it.
that's,
Right, I go right now and just shoot from half court.
I believe it. You had a Carolina Tar Heel jersey on that day, and you. I was like, yo, this dude literally is sitting here doing it. Like that joke's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got to man. Y'all got to understand, man. Being on the road with us, man, we made stuff fun. I don't know how it is now because I ain't been out there in a while, but man, you had to make stuff fun in order to enjoy
Them was
that.
some good days, bro.
There was definitely some good days. I would definitely say I think the last legit leg of doing making a living on quartet was probably that round my Doc McKenzie, Darrell McFadden days because we was working every weekend.
Time
Every
never done
weekend.
changed.
It changed, man. We was working every weekend. Doc would give us 2 weekends out of the year off, but we literally had dates every weekend.
It was great
Literally,
though, dog.
man. Yeah, man. And a lot of people ask me, well, what happened? And my take on it was really um the economy, the presidential when Bush became president, Bush Jr., we went into the little depression, man, and things just went downhill. The old folk, he cut money. Old folks couldn't afford to come to them concerts and pay to hear us sing and play no more back in the day. And it just ain't never get right after that, honestly. But, you know, we still managed to find a way to have our little fun.
Yeah.
For real, for real. Yeah.
All right, fellas, I'm getting a little sleepy. Well, I don't got
Man,
time.
I got to go to Delaware, man, in a couple of hours. So I know I'm
Oh
about to.
yeah. Go to sleep, brother.
I got to try this highway, dog.
Please be
But
safe.
Rich,
Oh, bro.
I am, man. Rich, I think what you're doing is amazing, man. I think you should, of course, keep doing it, man. Um, don't never let nobody, try to steer you away from what you're doing. Trey Sean, you keep doing what you're doing. Ben, y'all listen, you ain't gonna get nothing but realness from this joker here. I done seen him from a teenager to all the way to a grown ass man. You not gonna get nothing but literally what you see. This man he
You
done
gotta
smoked a
respect.
whole, he done smoked a whole blunt in front of us on this live. And it don't matter. And he's still gonna be that same guy, man. You know what I
Got
mean?
to. I
Gotta
absolutely
So
respect.
got to.
Yeah,
that goes a long ways, man. Being real and being a real person to yourself, and if you be a real person to yourself, you can be real with anybody.
exactly.
Folks say
You know what I
accept it a
mean?
little better.
They ain't got no choice. It's
They know
either
what
they
to
do
deal
that,
with, you know.
they got to go to hell home, or they got to get that box of chicken, doc.
And
It's one or the other.
got it. Got that Greyhound waiting on you.
Hey, you ain't lying. I can do them even better now. I can get them a Uber or a Lyft. It's their choice. Yeah, man. But y'all keep doing this, man. And I would love for us to do this again, man, for real.
anytime you're ready, man, just
Yes, sir.
you know how to contact me. And just hey,
Absolutely, man.
say, man, I want to
Absolutely,
come on and
man.
chat.
My God.
Absolutely, man. And I love y'all boys, man, for real. That's from the
Love
heart,
you too,
man.
brother.
Love you too,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, Chris
Yeah.
Stephenson, y'all give it up to him, man. Great interview.
Yes,
Another good one,
sir.
man. So, what was your takeaway from today? Well, like I said, you already pretty much knew Chris, so
Yeah, it's been like he said, he been on me since I was a teenager for real, bro. Like, how old was I when I met Chris? Bro, like 13, 14, bro. Long
long
time ago.
time ago.
Yeah. But the day was cool, man. That was cool. We got some information. Some people might not, know. I got some stuff I didn't know.
Man, I'm glad to have you back.
Come on, man. It's been a long time coming, man.
Man, trying to do these interviews by myself get kind of boring. Yeah, so but I'm about to hop on the game if you still running.
I got a couple of me, man. I gotta hit that market in the morning.
Yeah, I'm actually out tomorrow, so I can tap in too.
Come
I,
on, man.
I still can get on Discord.
Man, being nice.
I don't know what's going on with the Discord, but
Matter of fact, yeah, join me. Join me right now. Bring your big.
all right. Well, we about to get on off of here, y'all. Y'all have a great night, and we will catch y'all people. I don't know who we're gonna interview next. Y'all just stay tuned.
It'll be somebody.
All right. Well, we will catch y'all on the next one.
Yo.
Peace.